Love racing in the black and white stripes, I think, that greyhound. Now, let's move on to the runners for our next Express Vision in Trap 1. Close up fourth at Hove over 515 metres. Big step up in distance tonight for this greyhound, owned by the JF Kennel Syndicate, trained by Jason Foster here at Wimbledon. A greyhound who's a big price tonight, 33 to 1. He looks full of himself in the parade.
Trap 2 is Incitatus, greyhound trained by Chris Alsop and owner trained by Chris, and came over with a big reputation. Has really struggled to vindicate that, but nevertheless, you know the dog's got ability. Could this be the night he sparks into life? Incitatus has got plenty of ability behind Tanya Time at Henlow. This track might just suit him a little bit more than that, and of course Chris looking to pick up points in the Trainer of the Year race.
Yeah, he was
Steve Masters doing the honours.
He was purchased by Chris, wasn't he, to try and win some of these marathon races. It's not worked out for him so far. Lightning Speed in Trap 3 is the Win in a Min Syndicate greyhound, trained by Richard Rees, a greyhound who's tried marathon trips before, chased home Freedom Cachet at Coventry not so long ago. Of course, gets the stamina from the bitches side, doesn't it? Danny's Countess, April 11 greyhound, would need to lead and go clear. A2, A1 performer over 4 bends here.
Well, it's that man, JT, once again. JT Monroe runs out of Trap 4 for Paul Young. Reese Witherspoon leading up, parading JT Monroe, owned, of course, by John Turner, and a bitch who's been running particularly well behind Urban Road. Didn't really get a run at Hove last time, but to 1 or 2 decent lines on the form, including open race successes.
Trap 5 is a greyhound we saw run a cracker here in the Durando Marathon on Derby final. That was second behind Gaga in that, back from a seasonal break now. She's been in good form of late. She showed signs of returning to form at Sittingbourne and Henlow, and then she won at Sheffield and broke the track record over 9.34 metres. Stays all day and a bit more. Barley Bussell, big player for Joy Batley and owner David Barber.
Yeah, and JT Monroe, of course, massive step up in trip. Not as much of a big step up for Castlehill Aris, whose 750 metre competition win at Romford recently. Jason Heath, the trainer parading Castlehill Aris for Stephen Whittaker, and a greyhound who, you know, I think finished Romford full of running. Castlehill Aris, it'd be interesting to see. Barley Bustle tends to drop herself out, but of course that track record at Sheffield, if it becomes a real test of endurance, then the 5 would come through. Will 6.
She has had a little bit of experience over a trip, but she was well beaten by Ballymac Swift when she last tried a long distance. That was back in March at Coventry. Now the runners are all in. The hare is on the move. Don't forget, twice round here, 8 bends for the William Hill Mobile Marathon. Another £500 going to the winner. And here comes the hare. There they go. And it's a good start from 3 up the centre then. Lightning Speed will lead up early. 6 giving chase Castlehill Aris as they go round the bend. A little bit of scrimmaging in behind. But 3, Lightning Speed up front at the moment from 6, Castlehill Aris. Then we've got a break back to Barley Bustle racing in 3rd. After these comes 4, JT Monroe, who's just taking 3rd. With over a lap to go, Lightning Speed just moves off. And there goes 6, Castlehill Aris, who now hits the front for Jason Heath. So it's Castlehill Aris with a length and a half lead over Lightning Speed. About 2 lengths then back to 4, JT Monroe. Barley Bustle back in 4th as they go out down the back straight for the last time. And it's still Castlehill Aris with that good looking lead. 4.5 lengths clear here as they come round the final bend. Castlehill Aris is going to demolish this field. It's not stopping whatsoever. Barley Bustle staying on late for 2nd, but it's easy. Castlehill Aris by a street beats Barley Bustle and 1. Express Vision kept on to grab 3rd. The 7-4 second favourite then doing the business for Jason Heath. Had a reasonable try itself here at Wimbledon, 29.21, and a good trial also at Hove recently, 30.15. And he put that 4-bend speed to the test here because he had to keep tabs with Lightning Speed, and that's something he did. And then he saw out the trip well, despite Barley Bustle running on fairly well inside the closing stages. 6 still was strong all the way to the line here as we watch the action again. 3, Lightning Speed got a good break but was out on the outside, running quite wide throughout the trip. 6, Castlehill Aris came through and challenged around the 3rd and 4th bends, and there was plenty of room for Castlehill Aris to take over here. Jason Heath's runner has picked up a few opens at Hove and Romford, over 695 and also 750 metres. So this was a step up in distance. But as I said, no problems whatsoever seeing out the trip here. Castlehill Aris and wins well. Barley Bustle, one stage of the race, was actually in 3rd place, but was overtaken by JT Monroe because it was lacking that middle pace in this marathon, but got going late and was eating into the lead eventually. But the line, as you can see, by the time they get to the line, it was a comfortable success. So, so Castlehill Aris wins the William Hill Mobile Marathon. It was quite easy in the end, wasn't it, lads?
Yeah, well, and then there were 2 left in the jackpot. Well done, Hobbsy and Errol, still going strong. But this is a good performance. I mean, we were talking earlier, we need a new marathon starter, which is sort of go into the next year with, and this fellow could just fill that void because he's got early pace, and now we know he stays.
I think we have unearthed a new marathon starter. It was a tremendous performance from Castlehill Aris. I mean, OK, you're going to pick holes in the rest of the field. A lot of non-stayers there. Barley Bustle sort of was chopped for a little bit of middle pace. She turned handy, but was just chopped for a little bit of room there and stayed on it. And I think, you know, certainly early this morning when the heavens opened, you felt that if it was going to turn into a slog, then that might just put this race in doubt. But, you know, kept up the gallop all the way to the line, did Jason Heath's Castlehill Aris. It's fantastic for that.
Full result on the William Hill Mobile Marathon here at Wimbledon. The 8:34 won by Castlehill Aris, returned at 7:4. Second at Trap 5, Barley Bustle, 11-8 favourites, and third at Trap 1, Express Vision. The forecast, £3.87. The TriCast, well, that was bumped up because of the win there, the third there, Express Vision, £26.86. The winning distance was 8 1/4 lengths, and the winning time 56.05. Let's go.
Thank you very much indeed. We're just going to jump here in the middle of the photos and the presentation. Have a quick word with Steve Whittaker first of all. Steve's the winning idea. You never quite know, do you, when a grand steps up in trip, what's going to happen? But I think we certainly do now.
Yeah, we certainly do. Yeah. It was
maybe you guys did know, or maybe I was the only one who didn't.
It was sort of do or die tonight, really. If he stayed, we thought we had a sort of nice animal, you know. And if he didn't, we were going back to Romford for 750 and see how we got on there. But look, he stayed, and yeah. We'll have to ask Jason where we're going to go next.
I mean, it was almost, as you say, a no-lose situation because we've been running well 6.950, 750 at Romford. But, you know, this experiment has worked absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, after the 750 at Romford, we had this sort of planned, really. It's just a case of ticking him over and seeing how we get on, sort of thing. But everything's worked out well.
It certainly has, as you say. Let's have a quick word with Jason, get his thoughts here, because, you know, the speed has come to the fore here, hasn't it, tonight?
Yeah, he's got real good middle pace compared to the, you know, marathon dogs. You know, we give him a trial on Thursday night and he done 30:15 for 5:15, and his sectional was terrible, you know, and he still come home and done 30:15. So, but he's a lot better dog in a marathon trip because he's up there a lot earlier, and it makes the world of difference to him.
And this opens so many doors now, doesn't it? What are you thinking now?
Well, we'll have a think about it for the next couple of days, but I wouldn't rule out taking him over to Harold's Cross.
For the Ted Hegarty? For
the Ted Hegarty, yeah. But I'd love to do that. But we'll see how he is in the next few days and we'll go from there. But certainly wouldn't be surprised if I was over there, to be honest, yeah.
OK, I think you pretty much book your ticket anyway. Great run, well done.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank you.